you to see the envy, to see those who are envious and those who are wicked seem like they just do you wrong and constantly climb the ladder. The enemy gets the big house. The enemy, the wicked one, has the nice car. Sometimes the wicked one's children are graduating from school, and you've been praying and bringing yours up through Sunday school, and they turn out, end up on drugs. You done prayed them, and you done prayed with them. You read them scripture, and somehow they didn't go in the way that you thought they were going. And that wicked one on your neighbor, on your street, the wicked one in your neighborhood, the wicked one on your job, look like their marriage is just doing fine. And my mama say they won't give God a prayer, and you and your husband in Bible study, prayer service, Sunday church, and can't hardly make it together. That's called agitation. It's a sad feeling when you see your enemies prosper, but sometimes it's not really prosperity. Sometimes God is just heaping coal so that they have no reason not to turn to Jesus. And when God lets the enemy look like prosper and they still won't turn from their ways, you just wait a little while. You just wait a little while. I don't care what you're doing. You just keep on trusting God. You just keep on believing that there's a brighter day ahead. On up the road, far in a distance, you just keep believing that if I can hold out until tomorrow. Don't worry about the enemy. Don't worry about those who prosper in spite of their wickedness. You just keep your hand in the winding chain. Your praise may be handcuffed this morning, but I got a secret for you. I got a secret I want to tell you. You cannot put God's people in bondage unless God allows it to happen. I got something I want to tell you. The wicked may prosper. The wicked may thrive. The wicked may do well. But that's what I want to tell you. It's only for a season. The wicked may prevail, but not against the godly. The wicked can only go as far as God gives them to go. Do you know the wicked have no charge over my life unless God says you can touch him? Do you know even the devil himself cannot touch me unless God gives him permission? The devil has to go to God and tell God, I've been looking at Rickey Harvey. The devil has to go to God and tell God, I've been looking at Mount Olivet. The devil has to go to God and tell God, I've been looking at the deacons, I've been looking at the trustees, I've been looking at this ministry, and then God has to decide what he wants to do. And I've discovered that if God allows Satan, if he allows the enemy in my life, it's for my own sake. It's for one or two reasons. One is, now y'all know we do sin and we do come short of the glory of God. And so when God allows the devil in my life, it's either to correct me or perfect me. It's either to straighten me up or take me up. It's either to fix me up or build me up. You wonder, can I prove it? Job chapter 1, verse 11. The devil had been talking about Job. God said, I tell you what, I've considered this thing. You can touch what he has. That's what verse 11 says. You can touch what he has. You can touch his cattle. You can touch his cows. You can touch his camel. You can touch his stuff. You know why God says touch his stuff? Because stuff doesn't mean anything to God. Stuff doesn't mean anything to God. Look at verse 12. He said you can touch his stuff, but don't put your stinking hands on him. That's in chapter 1. And God raised Job up in chapter 1. And then the devil comes back, and God has to decide, am I ready to take Job to the next level?